Start in a tabletop position with your shoulders over the wrists and the hands about shoulder width apart. Moving through a few cat and cows to bring some movement into the spine. Breathing in as you gently arch the back, lifting the chin and the chest. Breathing out, drawing the belly button towards the spine, pressing the mat away. Creating space between your ears and the shoulders. Taking 3 or 4 cat and cows, and then maybe having a little wiggle side to side. Tug the toes and make your way to downward facing dog. Taking a pedal through the legs, pressing one heel towards the floor as you bend the other leg, lengthening out the back of the legs. As you breathe in, roll forwards into a high plank position. As you breathe out, send the sit bones high back into downward facing dog. Breathing in to roll forward, shoulders over the wrists. Breathing out, downward facing dog. One more time, rolling forwards. And sending the sit bones back, downward facing dog. Breathe and step the right foot to be outside of your right hand and extend your right arm up towards the ceiling. Optional to bend the top arm and bring the back of your hand onto your lower back. Extend the arm back up and place the right hand onto the inside of your right foot, flattening your left foot, and then start to extend the left arm towards the ceiling, using your right elbow to gently open up the right thigh. And optional to bend the top arm, bringing the back of your hand onto your lower back, increasing that chest and shoulder stretch. Extend the arm back up and then slowly make your way into crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lengthening the spine and sending that left hip forwards towards your left wrist. Breathing in and out through the nose and keeping the muscles in the face soft. Option to stay on your fingertips or maybe onto a block for a little bit more height, or maybe coming down onto the hands, softening the elbows. Slowly start to make your way into a modified side plank, Vasisthasana, lengthening the top arm alongside the ear. Breathing in to open up the chest. And as you breathe out, contract and start to round the spine. Inhale to open, coming into a slight back bend. And exhale, drawing the belly button towards the spine. Do this 3 or 4 times and then square up the hips and shoulders and step back into downward facing dog. We're now going to repeat the sequence from the top but on the left side of the body. So step the left foot to the outside of your left hand and extend the left arm towards the ceiling. Taking that half bind if you did it on the other side. Using that slight pressure of the hand against the back to help open up the chest and shoulder. And then slowly lower the left hand to the inside of your left foot and lift the right arm up towards the ceiling, maybe taking that half bind. Using your left arm to gently open up that left thigh. Extend the arm back up and then slowly lower the back knee onto the mat, coming into crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. This time sending the right hip forwards towards the right wrist, and maybe lowering onto the hands. Remembering one side might feel quite different to the other. Moving with the breath. Start to move into your modified side plank on the other side. Using your breath to round and arch the spine. Three or four times. And then slowly move into a child's pose. Maybe separating the knees as wide as the mat to help open the hips. Breathing in through the nose and long exhales. Softening the forehead onto the mat. Sending your sit bones toward your heels. Relaxing the belly. Relaxing the shoulders. Carefully start to make your way onto your tummy and take your hands nice and wide just off of your mat. As you breathe in, press into the fingertips and start to curl your chest, your tummy away from the mat. And as you breathe out, slowly lower the forehead back towards the mat. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower back down. Repeating this 3 or 4 times. Before walking hands back towards your shoulders, squeeze the elbows together and just hold for a moment, engaging the muscles on your back. Then press into the hands and make your way back into downward facing dog. Rise high onto the toes, soften the knees and start to walk the feet behind the back of your wrists, taking hold of the opposite elbow in each hand and letting the torso and the head and shoulders go heavy. Maybe bending the legs until you can rest your chest on your thighs to take the pressure out of your lower back. If it feels good, take a sway side to side and maybe forwards and back, nodding the head. Release the arms and take a slow roll up all the way up to standing. Inhale the arms alongside the ears, interlacing the fingers over the head. Apologies that I'm cut off, but in your own time, take a side bend over to the right and then over to the left. And then come back to center. Interlace your fingers behind your back, squeezing the shoulder blades together and try to press the heel of your hands together. Optional to take a forward fold, allowing the arms to lift away from the back. One day maybe reaching the floor in front of you. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Release the arms and slowly make your way onto your sit bones. Inhale the arms alongside the ears, stretching the legs out in front of you. And as you breathe out, try to keep a long spine as you forward fold. Maybe wrapping a towel or a strap if you have one around your feet, if you can't quite touch your toes. Breathing in to lengthen, breathing out to fold. And then just for a moment, let the spine round, let the head go heavy. before rolling yourself back up to seated, bringing the feet flat and the hands behind the body, fingers pointing away from the body. Inhale to lift the hips up towards the ceiling, keeping the chin slightly tucked towards the chest. And then slowly lower the sit bones back onto the mat, bringing the soles of the feet together and allowing the knees to fall open into Baddha Konasana. Start to lower the forehead towards the feet, and you can allow the spine to round here. Hold for a few long breaths in and out through the nose, remembering to move with the breath. Slowly start to unfold, extending your right leg. Cross your left foot to the outside of your right leg and hug the thigh towards the chest, bringing your left hand behind your back. As you breathe in, sit up tall, and as you breathe out, start to twist to the left without straining the neck. Keep the legs as they are, but switch the arms, bringing the left arm in front of the left leg and your right hand behind the back to counter twist. Use the left arm against the left leg to increase that stretch. Come back to center and we'll repeat on the other side. Breathing in to lift and lengthen, breathing out to twist. And then moving into that counter twist, using the right arm against the right leg to help lift and twist over towards the left shoulder. Unravel the legs, bring the feet flat and hold on to the back of the thighs as you slowly roll back onto the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Create space between your ears and your shoulders, and on your next exhale, start to peel the back off the mat, starting with your lower, middle, and then upper. Breathe in at the top, and as you breathe out, start to roll back down, one vertebrae at a time. Repeat 3 to 4 roll-ups, moving with the breath. And then when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet together and then let the knees fall out to the side. Supta Baddha Konasana. Maybe taking the arms over the head, holding onto the opposite elbows, or keep the arms alongside the body, palms facing upwards. If you prefer to extend the legs and finish in Shavasana, corpse pose, then extend the legs, separating the feet about as wide as the mat. Try to stay here for about 10 breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, making your exhalations longer than your inhalations, softening across the forehead and your jaw. And I'm going to leave you with a quote. The true secret of happiness lies in taking a genuine interest in all the details of daily life. Namaste.